You're good enough for Detroit.
But they can't bear what comes with
Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and three toes. I will beat your ass.
Here comes that pressure. Mayfield in the middle. It's intercepted. It's Derek Barnes. Seattle's got to make a stop. Amon-Ra St. Brown's going to throw it back to Goff. Who had that on the bingo card? And a second. Oh, here's a little trickery. St. Brown back to God. Leaves Flicker's got Laporta wide open. Sam Laporta foot race towards the end zone. Diving touchdown. Unreal. 52 for the win. It is just good. Just inside the upright. Jake Bates, hometown hero. And the Lions have come all the way back. Here comes the heat. It's Hutchinson again. Number 3, the hat trick for Aiden Hutchinson.
Blocked there by Zylstra. It's caught by Jamison Williams. There he goes. Foot race with Miller. Foot race with Savage. That is 6 for number 9.
Just like the white ring does, sing songs and I should sing it. Ooh, baby, ooh, just like the white ring does, sing songs and I should sing it. Ooh, baby, ooh, ooh.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Pride Podcast, episode 418 on the Blue Wire Network. I'm your host, Tyler, joined by my two guys, as always, Mr. Malcolm Hart. Here, boys, how we feeling?
I'm not feeling good, Tyler. What do you mean? We just lost the game. Malcolm, how you feeling?
Ooh, I'm all right. I expected this, so I'm not too bad.
Yeah, Malcolm, I think I joined your boat, right? You know, you kind of called the Thanksgiving and said, hey, this might be a playoff team. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't think it's a Super Bowl team. You know, they are a fine team. They are a good team. They're not one of the elites anymore. And I think when I look around the NFL right now, I just don't view the Detroit Lions to be in that same class. And now, that's not to say that the season's over, because there's still a very realistic path to where they could still get into the playoffs. They can go win out the next 3 games, and maybe they even go win a playoff game. I think those are all really realistic still. Those are still on the table. But the expectation coming into this year was not winning a playoff game, was to not just get into the playoffs. It was Super Bowl or bust. And it's not to say it's over, because there's still a realistic path even after this loss. But from what I've seen from this team the last 2 months, I think I've officially jumped ship with Malcolm and saying this is just simply not a Super Bowl team. They have too many flaws, man. Like, they are a good football team, but there are just too many flaws on this football team to be considered one of the Super Bowl favorites right now. So it would have to be an absolute miracle for them to flip it all around in these next 3 games and into the playoffs if they make it. But that's where I'm at right now. I think they have too much to overcome to get to that game in February.
What's your thoughts, Pierre? Where you at right now?
I was like, if you look at all the losses, they've lost to all playoff teams outside of Minnesota, Green Bay twice, Philly, LA. Am I missing one? Minnesota. Obviously, they're not a playoff team. Yeah, I don't know, bro. Like, to me, it's just like they get in their own way. It's not even what the other team does. It's just the stuff they do. They get in their own way. And sometimes I feel like they try to push to make up for one side of the ball and hurts them a little. And then it's just a lot going on right now. And it's hard. It's going to be hard. Even if they make the playoffs, like, it's going to be a struggle just with what's going on. I mean, you look at the cornerback room, right? I mean, you have multiple injuries in the secondary, and today it showed. Like, too many mistakes, right? Third quarter, let's just get into third quarter real fast. 3 straight 3-and-outs. That's not going to help your defense that's already really injured. Like, you can't do that. Obviously, the JMO missed call hurt. I thought that was a PI. That would have like reset the chains, been a first down there. Who knows what would have happened? But hey, they didn't call it. So like you got to go back and execute. But they had 3 straight 3-and-outs, like I don't know. And it seems like the run game, sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. You got to be patient with it, man. You just have to be patient with it. And I don't know, man. Like you see the games they've lost this year. It's because they haven't ran the ball well. They did not run the ball today. They could not stop the run today either. LA did whatever they want to do on offense.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been doing that all year. Now going back to like as far as what do I think about this team as far as this Lions team right now? I mean, Pierre, you brought up a good point. I mean, the teams they did lose to were playoff teams, but then you got to think about it. Did we beat any playoff teams? I mean, other than the Bears, who are probably figuring out week 2, did we beat any playoff teams? The answer is no.
Maybe a Baltimore or
Baltimore's not a playoff team.
And they're like a maybe right now.
They're not going to the playoffs. They did shut out Cincinnati, but they've been bad all year.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, historically the team is good, but this year Baltimore's bad.
Yeah, main premise. Yeah, they haven't beat a real legitimate team yet.
We have it. I mean, the Cowboys. You get to the Cowboys because they came in hot, but Cowboys might not make the playoffs either. Mm-hmm. So realistically, we didn't beat. Much you can say we lost all the playoff teams. We haven't beaten any playoff teams. But yeah, I mean, this team right now, you're looking at this team and you're asking yourself, can this team win it all? Yes, no. I mean, we might be able to get to the playoffs. We might. This is a big might, but is this a team that you say, all right, this is a team that could contend for a title? Oh, shit.
Earlier in the year, I said we had a Super Bowl defense. Now with all the injuries in the secondary, it's not a Super Bowl defense anymore.
It goes deeper than the defense. Defense is a problem, but it goes deeper than that. I mean, like you said, the play calling hasn't been great. I don't get it. What's going on as far as like the personnel, what they're trying to do. We see Gibbs out there. Gibbs is a great back, and I'll be the main one to be like, hey, Gibbs might need more carries, but it's like
they tried, bro. Passing game, they tried everything.
No, it's not that. I'm saying the way they distribute, the way they split the carries up is like mind-boggling. Monty goes in the game, first quarter, he has some good drives. Then he goes MIA for 3 quarters, bro. He goes completely missing. And it got to the point I was like, did I miss something? Did David Montgomery get hurt? Where is he? Because you're looking at him, and then he had that one drive, and he actually was getting yards, 3 yards, 4 yards. He was getting, when they gave him the ball, he was getting yards. Then he just goes missing. It's like the personnel that they send these guys out there. It's like I don't get it. But one positive with this, as far as what I've seen today, is that the offensive line looks a lot better than it has been in weeks. I mean, that's a positive. But it's just like I don't get the play calling. I don't get the personnels. What they're saying out there. My opinion, no, this is not a Super Bowl team. If we get lucky, we get in. We're going to be in and out, either first round or second round, guys. I mean, this is the way this team is set up right now. Between the injuries, between the play calling, I don't see a situation where they get it all right.
Malcolm, I like the play calling on offense. I think what's the execution?
They go to execution?
Yeah.
Well, but it's also what I mean is like the personnel. Like you have a guy who's hot, who's getting more yards. Why is he going completely missing for 3 quarters? I just don't get it.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like devil's advocate, right? Let's say they stop Monty, then people would be like, why isn't Jameer in the game? So like,
they didn't stop him though. He was getting more yards than
I agree with that, but they just they gotta
what's the average? Because I didn't pull it up. Let's just see what Monty averaged.
I'm sure Monty ran the ball better than Gibbs, but like I get it. You also want your best playmaker on the field. That's Gibbs.
Yeah. But if he's getting nothing, so say for example, right now, let's look at his average. Gibbs is averaging 2.9 yards per carry. He's averaging 2.9 yards per carry. Then you have David Montgomery who's averaging 4.6.
Yeah,
he only gets 7 carries. Like it got to come to the point. You have two dynamic backs, different kind of backs. Jahmyr Gibbs is electric, but feed the hot hand. If one guy is hot, give him the ball. Don't let him go completely missing for 3 quarters. Now they would have had a better chance, and maybe they run with David Montgomery more. Maybe he is able to get that running game going. Then you might have a different. This might have a different outcome. Yeah. Everything is different.
it's tough, right? Because I think what made the Lions so special the last 2 years with these guys was like how balanced they were. And it's like teams had a game plan for both of them essentially. And you saw obviously if the game plan for both of them, but now going into this year's majority, it's the Gibbs show, right? And I understand that full-heartedly just because he has that home run ability. He can take the first play and make it a touchdown, right? Like he has that ability to do that. But I agree with you, and I've said it a couple of weeks here. Is like I like to see more of a balance because I think it's very tough to stop both of them. Like you might come into a game plan and have a good game plan for Monty this week, or you might have a good game plan for Gibbs this week, like for that type of back. Have the other guy be the hot hand after that because I think it's almost impossible for defenses to stop both of them of the style of backs when you're evenly distributing the ball. Now I understand Gibbs is amazing and you want him to get majority of the carries. I understand all that, but Dave Montgomery is a starting running back in this league. He's not a backup running back. He's one of those guys that deserves a bigger role. So I've been saying it for weeks. So yeah, today I did feel like when he was running the ball, he was getting those 6, 7 yards, 8 yards per carries. Where Gibbs, I mean, they just did not. They couldn't get it going with the offensive line, and they had it. The Rams had Jahmyr Gibbs on lockdown. It kind of reminded me of that Minnesota game a little bit where they kind of shut down Gibbs. That's what the Rams seemed like they took film from that game and kind of almost copied and pasted it because, I mean, Gibbs couldn't get anything going in the passing or running game.
Yeah, I mean the only thing that's different between those two games were the pressure on Goff. But as far as stopping, putting a stop on Gibbs, the Rams did a good job on that, man. I mean that's, you take your hat off to a team like that. They did a good job defensively. They completely took out Jahmyr Gibbs from our game plan, and forced us to go somewhere else. And on our end, we didn't adjust. We just kept feeding them, knowing that they were taking Jahmyr Gibbs away.
Yeah,
I wanted to see more outside runs. We ran inside. I thought they'd run more outside zone. The Rams actually have struggled a little against that. They did not really do that today. I was shocked why Detroit didn't do that today. They did not run a lot outside.
Because when they did, it went nowhere. It went nowhere fast.
I know, but Malcolm,
they did switch plays. They did tosses.
You got to be patient with it, though.
Yeah, you could do that. You could say there you need to be patient, but
but that's kind of nitpicking. The thing with me is just those 3 straight 3-and-outs to the third. That's what killed us, honestly.
Yeah.
That's what killed us. You could blame. I mean, the defense maybe could get a stop or two, but honestly, I knew this was gonna be a shootout going into the game. I didn't really expect the defense to play that well. If I'm keeping it real with you, I expected this to come down to the last minute, and I mean, it obviously did. But the Rams had the ball, so
yeah,
couldn't get a stop, and it was over.
This is obviously still a really good offense. You saw it today. Like they still dropped 34 points. Like this is still a dominant offense.
About that, yeah.
But I will say is like they might be theoretically on paper the number one scoring offense in the NFL. I just don't view the Lions offense like I view the Rams offense.
No, those are two different animals right now.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like on paper, the Lions are technically better, right? Like just from number standpoints, but when you look at the Rams offense, like I like the Lions could play in shootouts, but when they're actually shootouts where it's a touchdown pretty much essentially every drive, I just don't think the Lions could play that brand of football. And to be fair, there's not a lot of teams that could play that brand of football, but they just don't have the offensive capacity with Laporta out, Brock Wright out, this offensive line to just go score a touchdown every drive. They're really good. They're one of the better offenses in the league. They like when you play a team like LA, you don't have that mental ability to go in a shootout with them. You're not as like you don't have the same talent as them. You don't have the same play calling as them. It's a different animal, man. I don't care what the numbers say. When I watch the Rams offense, it's so much perfect execution. It's all clean, like they just know what they're doing and they stick to the brand every single week.
And it looks easy. They make it look very easy.
It was like the Lions last year. The Lions were one of those things last year.
Yeah,
and now I don't feel that way anymore.
Yeah, I mean, right now, just call it what it is, man. Right now, the Rams is better than the Lions in every way right now. I think offensively, they're better. Defensively, they're better. Coaching, they're better. They're just a better team. All around, they're just a better team right now. And they're even running the ball better than us right now. They're doing everything better than the Lions right now. They're just that top dog right now. They're one of the top teams for a reason. I have nothing to say as far as, this should happen, this should happen. This game went exactly how I thought it was going to go. I mean, if anything, I was more shocked. Like, oh, we have a chance. Coming to halftime when we had that lead, I was like, oh wow, we actually have a shot to pull this one off. But coming into this game, this as far as the scoring and then the points that we lost by, I seen this all coming.
I think I texted you that. I said, "What do you asked me earlier in the week? So like, what kind of game do you expect?" I said a shootout, and I think I will lose by 7 or 10 points. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened today. So I agree with you. I was kind of on par of where you were, and like I said, man, there's still a realistic path to make the playoffs if that is your mindset. I'm not going to shoot it down, right? Making the playoffs is still a big achievement. Obviously anything could happen. I'm going to give you guys that because it's the NFL. Anything could happen any given week, and I'd rather have the opportunity to be in the playoffs than not. So you still have a realistic opportunity. I believe now it's a 40% chance. So if you won this game today, obviously it would have spiked up a lot higher. You're almost essentially, obviously to take care of business the rest of the way, but you look pretty good going the rest of the way. This loss puts a little hurdle there, but there's still a realistic path to make the playoffs, and you never know what happens. But I don't know, man. Just looking at this, what we've seen from this team this whole year,
it's just not our year, bro. It's
not our year. It's an adjustment year.
And I mean, if you look around the league too, like if we're keeping it a buck, I think the Rams right now are the most, like they're the best team in the league. They had that fluke loss to Carolina. That was outdoor. It was raining. We talked about that, Tyler.
That was bad weather.
Yeah, I mean, but like, it is what it is. And like, they did get to Stafford a little today. They did affect him a little bit, but it wasn't enough, obviously. And just with all those injuries in the secondary, and then Sean McVay just keep throwing different stuff at you from that 13 personnel. They didn't stop one bootleg today. To me, that's unacceptable. Regardless who you have out there, I think you have to stop at least like 2 or 3. They didn't stop one. They didn't stop one, bro. It was hard. Like I know
they couldn't stop the run. They couldn't stop the run either.
I know. I understand that, but at the end of the day, though, you got to be better up front. And obviously, Tyler, we talked about it. LA's O-line is one of the best in the league. Me and Tyler talked about it. Like they run the ball well. They pass pro. I was honestly shocked at the pressure we were getting earlier in the game. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
that O-line is great. Me and Tyler talked about that when we were previewing the Rams. And then credit to them, like they had DBs on Gibbs and then in the third, what they did. So the first half, their pressure wasn't hitting home. What they did in the second half, if Chris Schuler, the defensive coordinator, last year he had one of the highest blitz rate. This year is 29%, but he adjusted and he brung the blitz. The Lions couldn't, they couldn't stop that blitz. They got fucked. I mean, the blitz all year. The blitz been a problem all year with the O-line. It's just been a problem all year. They got to figure that out in the offseason because you can't be this bad. Jared Goff was cooking too, man. Like
he was.
The blitz they got to be better at picking up blitzes. This is unacceptable, man. It really is.
I mean, I thought overall the offensive line had a solid day. I mean, the second half was a little rough for them, but like I think they kind of found this combination of Tristan Colon and Miles Frazier. I think it could work the rest of the way. And like I said, but back to the main premise is like to this team, it's an adjustment. There's just too many flaws on this team for them to overcome it this year, from personnel to coaching, and it's fixable, but not this year. It's an off-season problem where they have to go and fix it. And it could be fixable within a year. I'm not ruling that out, but this staff, this team, they got a lot of work this offseason to do to improve the play calling, to improve the personnel. They got some work to do this offseason because, they didn't come in fully prepared this year. I mean, they didn't. I thought they would be able to adjust a little better with when they lost Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, and Frank Ragnow. I knew it was going to be tough, but I thought they would be able to adjust a little bit better. And it's back to the drawing boards in the offseason. They have to go and get this right this offseason. Get this team right back to where they were.
Let me ask you. Go ahead, Pierre.
The biggest difference too, bro, is you got to run the ball. We talked about this. You can't like not control the ball, give LA the ball. You're like your best defense is your time of possession, and I don't feel like they were able to do that today, right? Like those 3 straight 3-and-outs were literally killers. Those killed us. And then the missed field goal hurt, and then getting that field goal instead of a touchdown. Like against LA, you can't make stupid mistakes. The holding on Sewell earlier in the like. Just little small mistakes like that against really good teams when your defense, like, you can't make mistakes like that. You just can't make stupid mistakes. Like, especially this year and like this late. This was, by the way, Sewell's first holding call since 2024, which is pretty damn impressive. But damn, man, in general, though, like you can't have these stupid mistakes. I also feel like, look, I don't think we lost because of the refs, but I feel like they weren't really like favoring Detroit. I felt like everything was against Detroit personally,
Yeah.
but
Man,
like
the
that JMO missed PI was a huge missed PI call, and that touchdown. This is how they explained it. So he was down, and then he like
There's
lost the
nothing to
ball
explain.
and
Period. It was bullshit. He was down by the 1 yard line.
I thought it was firstly incomplete. The way they said it was he was down, and then he regained possession, and he scored a touchdown. Then that would be incomplete. No.
Yeah, I if anything, I thought it was he caught it. What I thought initially was he caught it. He's down at the 1 yard line, and they're going to
thought he
score with
dropped
Kyron
it,
Williams the next
personally.
play. That's what I thought. That's all was going to happen the next play. Kyron Williams or Blake Corum's going to score the next play, or they do the Devontae Adams fade route that he'll go catch that. Like, we were going to get that stop regardless.
Yeah.
I saw Dan Thomas out there. I knew Stafford was going to pick on him. I literally saw why is number 2 out there, and I knew Matthew Stafford was going to throw the ball right there.
And look, man, DJ Reed has paid all this money. Like, step the fuck up.
He's
bro.
been ass. He's
Come
been
on,
terrible.
man.
Since
I've
his
been saying
injury,
it.
he's
I
been
said
so
it.
bad. He was really good before the injury. After that injury, man, he's kind of cooked, bro. I ain't gonna lie, he's cooked. He's 30. He's a 30-year-old corner, Malcolm. He's cooked.
The thing is, man, we always do this. We always grab these number 2 corners from other teams, and we bring them to Detroit, and we say, "Hey, come be our number 1." And everybody has these expectations that, oh yeah, they're gonna be a number 1 because they play so well as a number 2, covering the number 2 receivers on the other teams. He wasn't with the Jets. Sauce Gardner was shadowing these other guys, these main guys. Reed, he was good. He's a good corner, but everybody's expectation is that he's gonna come here and be some elite corner and lock people down. He is who he is. He's a good corner. He's solid, but he's not elite. He's not great. He's not a shutdown. He is who he is, and we never had a shutdown corner. And I've been saying this since like week 2. He's good. He's not great, and we just don't have a great corner. Right now, if you ask me, I think right now maybe Meek Robinson might be our best corner.
No, absolutely not.
I don't know, man. He's even though like you look
It's
at
like
all
a garbage
the
bin recycling bin conversation again.
yeah, it is. But when you look at the Meek Robinson, when he's getting beat, he's always there. Like his hands there, he's there. So
He's like
there.
second in yards given up in the NFL and most in touchdowns.
Probably Meek Robinson. I don't know.
That's Meek Robertson, yeah.
Probably. I mean, but compared to the other guys on our team.
One thing though,
He's the garbage
Terrion
recycling
Arnold, I thought
competition.
Terrion was getting better and then he got injured.
He was getting better.
Yeah,
He was
so-
getting better. He was
And that was really
trending positive.
unfortunate. He was truly
trending
trending
positive.
towards the right way. That was unfortunate. He got injured.
But even him, he wasn't. We never had an elite corner. We had a group of good guys. These guys are like good and okay, but nobody's elite.
Yeah, I mean it's not good. You can't like be this.
The
bad,
problem is
bro.
I don't know where they improve either. I mean,
There
you
is so
signed-
much money spent there too. Like
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. This is the group I think you got out there. I mean,
And
like
you kept saying that. This is it. This is it.
you paid Reed, you drafted Terra on the first round. Like this is what you got right now. Like I don't know where you improve in the offseason. Like you already invested the money into these guys. You already invested the capital into them.
well, Amik's a free agent. You probably maybe replace him with another like solid starter.
Okay, and that's a
potential
nickel
starting
back. I mean,
corner.
they don't even play that much nickel anymore. We're still like a nickel back's not even as valuable in this defense as it used to be. I mean, these
yeah,
are your
kinda-
outside guys with Arnold and DJ Reed. When they're healthy, these are your guys. I mean, they're not going to go out there and spend a first round pick on a guy. They're not going to go out there and pay a dude $20 million a year. This is what you got right now.
No, yeah.
This is tough. Unless you go out and draft a guy high, but I don't think they do.
I don't think that they have bigger needs than that, in my
they
opinion.
have way bigger needs than that.
So I would be pretty pissed if they went out there and
Me
drafted
too,
a core in the
because
first round.
They kind of got to retool a little bit. The O line needs a little retooling, and like the D line needs a little retooling in terms of like the depth on the D line and maybe another edge, and like the O line needs a bit retooling as well.
I mean, the safety position is going to be a question going to next
The
year.
safety is a big question next year because Kirby's knee, you don't know how long they're going to
Yeah,
hold
and then
up.
Branch
And then
is
Brian
probably gonna
Branch
miss
is
the third year.
basically like out for like 8 to 12 months. So
You're lucky if he's back by Halloween.
and bro, you don't want to bank on it when he gets back. He's going to be 100% ready
That's
to
what I'm
go.
saying, but you're
This is
lucky
a
he's back by
disaster.
Halloween. But
This is a disaster.
Like we saw Hutch, right? Hutch started off hot and then he cooled down a little bit. Now down the stretch, looks like his legs are finally under him. He's playing his best ball. Now Hutch is playing great. So it takes a minute to come back from an injury, a significant injury.
I mean, you see it with right now with Lee McNeil too, right? Like you've seen some flashes of him being like Lee McNeil, but it's not the same dude that we're used to seeing Aleem McNeil like from last year or 2 years ago. The guy they signed, right? And I'm not worried about Aleem. I think he's going to be fine. But you know what I'm saying? I agree with you, Pierre. It takes a minute. So, yeah, they have some questions in this offseason to go out there and answer. But, you know, I want to talk about something here on this defense. And Malcolm tweeted this at me. He responded to my tweet. I said, I remember when the Lions had a dominant run defense. I don't know what happened to this dominant run defense. I mean, if there was one thing, Malcolm said it correctly in the tweet, I'm going to steal from you, is Aaron Glenn, he did some wonky shit. It wasn't always the perfect stuff. He didn't adjust. He had his problems. But if there's one thing you had this identity right with the Detroit Lions from when we started to call them the brand new Lions in that 2022 season, what really turned around this defense? Run defense. They
third
were
down
dominant.
defense last year. Third down defense, red zone defense were top 10.
Yeah, they were dominating stopping the run. They were
This year they're not.
top 3, top 2.
Yeah.
I don't care what DVOA says. I don't care what the numbers say. This is a bad run defense. When they play
No, it
good
was
running
awful
back,
today, bro.
this is a bad run defense, man. This
Yeah,
is
we
not,
gave up like 6 yards per carry, bro. It was bad.
I mean, even the last drive, I knew we technically still had a chance with, I think, like 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, but I knew like 1 first down was over, obviously. I knew there was a chance that you could get that stop. I had zero hope. I wasn't even getting up. I was literally sitting back on my recliner like this and saying, all right, let's just get this game over with. I had my belly out like this. Let's just get this game over with. That's what I was just ready for. I didn't think we were getting that damn stop. I was shocked when we got the one stop before to even give us the chance at a touchdown.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, when you give up 5 yards per carry for one guy and 6 yards for the other guy, that's not good.
No,
Yeah, it's definitely not good.
It's not like it's a one-off game. This has now been kind of going on since Halloween. It feels like, I was saying I'll give Kelvin Shepard the benefit of the doubt because I think they'll get back on track. They really haven't got back on track since that. I remember you asked that question. You said, "Are you concerned about the run defense?" And I said no. At the time, I said no. Now I am concerned. I don't think this is a good run defense. Like maybe they'll go out there and stop the Steelers next week with Jalen Warren and Kenneth Gainwell. But when they play these elite teams that could run the ball,
Dude, the
really
Steelers
well,
O-line is not that good, bro. Come on, bro.
no, it's
The Rams O-line is great.
That's why I said it. You're going to go out there and stop Kenneth Gainwell and Jalen Warren. It's going to be false hope, though. That's false hope. They might look good next week.
They're
But
going
that's-
to next week.
but
That's what
that's-
happened. They're going to bounce back.
Yeah, but that's not a good. This is not a good run defense. When they go out there and play good teams, this is not a good run defense.
Yeah, they're going to bounce back. This is the Lions' MO. They lose, they bounce back. Everybody's like, "Ooh, we won."
Yeah, I think the Lions are going to win the next 2. I really do believe that.
I mean, I haven't paid attention to the Steelers. I don't think their O-line is good, but I gotta I'll let you know later next week.
Yeah, no, I think the Lions are going to win the next 2 games. I still think there's a very solid chance where that Week 18 game versus Chicago Bears comes down to that for the last playoff spot between those 2 teams.
That's if the Packers take care of business and beat them next week.
Yeah, or the Packers could have some issues now that Michael Parsons out, but we'll see what happens, obviously. But I still think there's a solid opportunity there. But like we said earlier, and then we said it this whole episode, this is just not the team. They might go out there they might go out there win a game, but they're not going to do much this year. They're not going to accomplish much this year.
Let me ask the question I was going to ask earlier. If this Lions team do not make the playoffs, is that bad? Like, how bad is it if they do not make the playoffs?
Malcolm, I don't know, bro. I think it's already bad the way the season is going.
Yeah,
and they're probably upset too with their expectations, and I think they probably came in too confident in their roster and their depth. And maybe it's a wake up call for them. Wake the fuck up and see what you do in the off season.
I think it's bad from the standpoint where we already hit the bad now. Like if they miss it, it's just like, okay, cool, whatever. It is what it is at this point. Because I don't even think they're gonna do anything if they make the playoffs. So it's like, if they do and they do win a game, that's awesome. But if I have zero hope that they're gonna make the Super Bowl, there really doesn't make a big difference if they make it or don't make it to me anymore. And I don't want to take the 1% chance out because you make the playoffs, there's a chance, right? So obviously I'm banking, hoping for the playoffs and just seeing what they could do. But if they don't win the Super Bowl, this is a failed season. That was the expectation coming into the year, and them missing it or them losing the first round or them losing in the second round or them losing the NFC Championship game. Wherever they lost in the playoffs was going to be a fail. And I think regardless, kind of Peter hit it right on the nail. There's a wake-up call regardless. They have to have adjustments going to the offseason regardless of whatever happens this year. Even if they go 3-0, even if they do make the playoffs, even if they go to the NFC Championship game.
Tyler, they're not stupid, bro. They're not stupid.
There needs to be adjustments this offseason regardless. I don't care how far they go this year. There needs to be adjustments.
I mean, like, like number one priority is finding the right OC, right? And then, I mean, I don't want to talk about the offseason, but then, like, getting that O-line, getting that O-line right. We don't know where Decker is going to be. Is Frank coming back next year? Glasgow's probably gone after this year. Like, a lot of questions again on the O-line. You got to get that right. Don't roll with, like, rookies out there again. That was a disaster a little bit in the beginning of the year. So we'll see. We'll see what they do.
All right.
Yeah.
Demetrius hit it right in the nail. I tweeted it yesterday about the Kevin Burkhardt and Tom Brady curse. Have you heard about this one, Malcolm?
Yeah, I did. I sure did. And when you told me that they were calling the game, I was like, oh shit.
I did some research up. Now the lines are 0-4 in the last 4 games that Brady and Burkhardt called. They are 2-4. They broke the streak because they were undefeated when they were the All Whites first. When Burkhardt and Brady called the game, that streak is now undefeated.
All right, that's a little too much, Tyler. I don't know what the fuck you're doing with that.
So, my point is Burkhardt and Tom Brady, they are a curse of the Detroit Lions.
If we're keeping it a buck, those games are like the game of the week, and those are when we play those good playoff teams, and we've sucked against them this year.
Yeah, no, they're cursed. No, Pierre, this is deeper than this. We're talking about curses now. We're not talking about actual football logic. We're talking about curses.
Fuck that curse.
We're talking about curses now. So. KB and TV are cursing the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
As much as we hate them, they're good for the Lions. Jonathan Vilma, Kenny Albert. I want them every week. We win with them every week.
Hey, bro, if Kenny Albert, John Filbert calls the team, you're still losing. I hate to break it to you.
I mean, I don't think you
don't know about the TB KB Burke. You don't know about the curse. It's a curse.
I don't think we ever lost with Vilma.
We don't lose with Vilma. Okay, I'll pull
the
the
results up names. He puts up names and destroys everything.
He's terrible.
Bro, that's like when they play the worst teams, they put that crew on. Come on, man.
That's what that is.
Yeah, but they win. This is a curse. That KB and TB are a curse to Detroit Lions, so they can't call games anymore.
Playoff odds will be posted on Tuesday. All right, bet.
Just want everybody to know that Lion King, big shout to Lion King. He's really big on X. If you're on X, make sure to follow Lion King. He's gonna be posting the updated playoffs odds on Tuesday. Just want everybody to know that. Yep.
All right. I got nothing else to add on this game. Let's just Oopsy Doopsy and Baller the weekend. Head out.
Yeah. I mean, who's going first, man? We got Oopsy Doopsy. We got Baller of the week. Who's going first, man?
Let me think. Give it to go Pierre. Baller of the week.
It's St. Brown.
Hold up.
Hold on.
You haven't been here in 3 weeks. Think you just say the names?
Whoa.
We got new animations.
Yeah, give it a second.
You wait just 1 second.
Yeah, you do that.
Bowling.
All right, Pierre. Now you go ahead, man.
All right. Hey, man, the Lions lost. They were not balling today, but these two guys were balling. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 13 catches, 164 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jamison Williams, 7 catches, 134 yards, 1 touchdown. Okay. DJ Malcolm in the mix.
He hasn't been here in a month, man. He doesn't know about this stuff.
Yeah, know about this stuff, man. Let's go.
Shout out to those guys. Those guys played great today. Need another receiver to step up. Tesla ran a lazy route in the red zone, I thought. And Jahmyr Gibbs today, that, like we said earlier, held him in check. So we need someone else to step up when they take Gibbs out of the game. So we'll see what happens next week versus the Steelers. Those are my ballers of the week. Shout out to DJ Malcolm in the mix.
You're up. We got to hit that one more time. Yep. All right, yo, Tyler, man. Oopsy Doopsy.
Oh, boo-hoo. Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
This just makes me sad.
If it means anything, JJ McCarthy just threw another interception, so that made me feel a little better. But Oopsy Doopsy of the week is gonna be.
All right, we can stop that song.
Oh, it'll cut off. Oopsy Doopsy of the week is gonna be Calvin Shepard. I mean, what do you want to say? I mean, I know the Rams offense is a juggernaut. They have guys, but the Detroit Lions defense, they didn't have an answer for Stafford and those guys. Puka Nacua, Devontae, Colby Parkinson, my goodness. That guy, I mean, me and Pierre talked about him the other day, underrated, dude. That guy is
Remember we said, like, watch out for this guy.
That guy is a hell of a football player. That's a good offense, man, but Shep did not have his guys prepared, and I think it's rightfully so. It's got to be Calvin Johnson.
Man, that's tough, man.
Who do you go?
No, dude, that's fair. They couldn't stop the run. They couldn't stop the run. They couldn't stop the pass. They couldn't stop a bootleg to save their life. They couldn't get off the field on 4th down. That's fair.
You know what? This is a very, very, very high-powered Rams offense.
It is. But
It is.
And I would say if it was me, man, if I was doing Oopsy Doopsy, I would easily give this to the refs, man. The refs this year, I think NFL this year in general, the refs has been so bad. They've been horrible. Like, I feel like this is the lockout year. Remember the lockout year when they just had the refs from high school call these goddamn games? Like, there was some plays that they were like it's good, and one guy was like it's no good, and the refs are all confused. That's where I feel like we're in right now, man. The refs have been awful.
That's fair, but like you could also give in the oopsie doopsie to the offense for those 3 straight 3 and outs. Like, this game just wasn't played to our standards.
You know what?
Bro.
I'll go back to my curse. It's KB and TB. They're my oopsie doopsie.
All right, that's enough for this, guys.
Just piss off Pierre. You know? Calvin Shepard, you're free. It's KB and TB this week. They're the oopsie doopsie of the week.
Wow.
The curse lives on. So, means anything. I think they're done calling Lions games this year. So there's that. 3-0 the rest of the way, boys.
Yeah, well, we never know, man. There's that Bears game that might.
Let's just worry about the Steelers right now, bro. Let's keep it above. Let's
call that game.
Let's worry about the Steelers and see what happens.
Yeah.
All right.
Steelers.
Well, I hope you guys all enjoyed. That sucked. But we'll see you guys next week for Lions Steelers game preview. I'm out. Peace.
All right, guys. I'm out. Peace.
All right, y'all. It's your boy Malcolm, and I am out. Peace.